Victoria Atkins, you've been speaking in Parliament today. The government say that they're offering farmers £5 billion of investment over the next couple of years, and they say that they're taking a fair and balanced approach. How would you describe the inheritance tax changes that the government is planning to bring in?
I think it's a vindictive death tax. We know that by inflicting this tax on both family farms, but of course wider family businesses, not only is it going to have a huge impact on our food security, that means that our food prices may also rise, but also we all love our countryside. We want it to be well cared for, and farmers are critical to that work. And so on every level, this family farm tax and the wider family business taxes are really going to have an impact on the rural economy and each and every one of us that enjoys our food.
Some concerns this tax doesn't come in until April 2026, that elderly farmers who can't pass on farms with that 7-year rule could take their own lives. What's your view on that? What would you like to see the government do about that specifically?
Well, not only do we know that to be the case, also, of course, the OBR today has said that in their report. And what we are very, very worried about is that this is having very real and very human costs up and down the country. People are having conversations over their kitchen tables about whether relatives will cost their families money when this law comes into effect. And we know that it is taking a very, very severe toll on some people. We don't say this lightly. We are very conscious of how difficult it can be for farming families at the best of times. But this is an extra, very significant worry that families are having to deal with.
Huge concern around the inheritance tax changes. But let's face it, farmers feel that they've been let down by government for many years. We had tractors, I think, back in March, protesting against your government. Jeremy Clarkson complaining for years about just how tough it's been for farmers. Farmers have been let down, haven't they, by successive governments?
Look, I think we got some things right in the last government, but we also got some things wrong, and we're very, we are looking at that. And in fact, I'll be travelling around the country asking farmers and farming businesses for their ideas and suggestions for the future. But when we left the EU, that was an enormous generational change in how we run our trade affairs with the EU, but also, of course, how farm businesses are supported. And so we have, it's been a transition period. Some of it we know has gone well, but of course, I will always be the first to acknowledge where there have been struggles. And so what I want to do now as Shadow DEFRA Secretary is work with farmers, work with the farming industry to ensure that we smooth out where there have been challenges and provide an optimistic and bright future for our farmers. I was at the LAMA convention last week, which is the huge agricultural machinery convention. And what struck me was just how many young people were at this convention. They want to carry on farming. They want to do what their grandparents and others have done. But this family farm tax, sadly, is going to deny them that opportunity.